got accepted to go to the Mayo Clinic. Wouldn't it be so exciting if I were a studious doctor and I said I was going to go practice there because I was amazing and super talented and studied a lot and all of that? That would be amazing. But I'm not. I'm a human with a crap body, with my body that I love, but going to crap, whatever. And I am lucky or blessed or everything enough to go and be treated by these amazing people. And yes, I have very high hopes. But I'm feeling very fortunate. It's kind of I guess a different story because I did not have to, apparently there's like an application process and then there's a waiting time and then you may or may not go in and all of that, you have to be accepted. Mine actually worked out so smoothly and so easily. I'm extremely like dumbfounded and grateful. So, how I'm going there. What happened is I had my telemedicine meeting saying, hey, we're moving to Arizona so I can go to Mayo Clinic because seriously, I need some help. Told my doctor we couldn't move because of COVID. Then COVID let up, real estate opened here. We were able to sell our house. As soon as that happened, let my doctor know. She said, great, here's the doctor I recommend. And I panicked because I was like, bone marrow transplant doctor, no, right? Panic. And not that I'm against the doctor, I'm just like, what? So I did ask, why are you sending me there? And she said, you know what? She's actually really good with MPNs and she's been able to guide people previously through this entire process of MPN to a transplant and all that. I don't know that that's my future, but you know. So with that being said, I do have the recommendation. When I had my second telemedicine call, she said, okay, do you have your appointment? Did you already call Mayo, get that appointment set up so we can send you there? Because they're tracking me all the way there up to the first appointment and possibly the next just to make sure everything's squared away. And I said, no, because I need the recommendation. I didn't see that yet. And I need to know like back and forth how this is going. She said, call Mayo, get what you need, and then let us know the information. I said, perfect. I called Mayo. The girl's like, do you have an appointment? Have you been approved? And I'm like, no. And I said, but my doctor should have sent some recommendation or something over. And she said, okay, give me your information. I gave it to her. So she said, okay, here is your ID number. What you're going to do is you have to give that to your doctor. They can send all your records. We'll review them and see what we can do. Essentially see what they can do. It did not mean I had any guarantee of going there. Like zero guarantee. Just send over your information. Make sure to put your client or not client name or number, doctor number, whatever it is, like patient number on there. On all the paperwork, have your doctor fax it all over. Here's the information that they'll need. And then we'll reach out to you, whenever for next steps. I was like, okay. So I wrote to my doctor and I said, this is what they want. My records, they want them all faxed to them. Here's, the one you're sending for the recommendation. And make sure to have my patient number on there on everything. And so that was, gosh, I don't know which day. Maybe, oh man, I wish I knew the days. So this all happened. I'm going to give you like a time span of like 4 days total. Okay. So what happened, I sent that information to my doctor. I think the next day they sent something over. So it was like the next day they gathered my information. They still had to do that. They faxed over and then maybe it was the next day. I'm so sorry. I wish I had this clear in my brain. What happened is there was a huge storm here and it was insane and scary. And like our power went out. It was like intense raining, just totally nuts, scary, no power. So that night we slept with no power. The next day, my husband works from home. He needs the internet. He's like, honey, we got to go to a hotel. I have to work. And it might give you some like AC and like some peace. So we went to a hotel the next day. So when we're there, after all the commotion, trying to get everything ready, we go there and I'm sitting in the bed, like kind of freaking out, but I'm exhausted. And I thought, to calm my nerves and like try and, mull over this whole Jacophy and what's going to happen, I decided, what? When you feel better about something, you're going to be okay. I do have anxiety. I do have trust issues. I have a lot of things with the medical people. And it's not all of them, but, rough time. So I was like, okay, I'm going to Google my doctor and feel good about this. And so I Googled it, and there was a video. And she was talking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she sounds so smart. It's like 28 seconds into it, and I get a phone call from Arizona. I'm like, what? Like, who's this? So I answered it. Usually you don't answer unknown calls. And she's like, hi. And she asked for me and gave her my information. And she's like, I'm calling from the Mayo Clinic, and we'd like to make an appointment with you this coming week. And I said, well, we're not there yet. And she's like, yeah, I wondered if you'd already sold the house or you were just on your way, or, in case you were here. And I was like, oh my gosh. And she's like, if you could come in next week. I'm like, I can't. So I said, but our house is so close to closing. Our house was so close to closing. And so as soon as we can get there, I gave her like the closing date. It was supposed to be like the 20-something, 23rd, 24th, something, right? And we were going to take like 10 days to drive there. And then I figured we'd probably have like one day to put some stuff in. And then I said maybe the second week of July, because they'll probably be closed on the 4th of July, all that. Like, I was trying to think it through. And she's like, okay, because she called me last night, told me to set you up, and she just happened to have this spot. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I said, well, can I let you know when I know more? Because closing a house is so weird. Up until the second, it was like nuts. Luckily, we did pre-plan everything, so it should be good. So anyhow, she was so sweet about it, and I was like, oh, thank you. So I was able to talk to her, tell her as soon as I know, I'll let her know. Then I, of course, have been in contact with my team here. They've been amazing, and I said, as soon as I know, I'll let her know. And then, as soon as I let her know and she knows, then I'll tell them, and it'll be like we're all in this somehow together. And I cannot tell you how grateful I am for this, because it is a wild ride. To be accepted so soon and get this like really close appointment. I mean, amazing. Things are happening, and I'm very, very grateful. I won't be getting a bone marrow biopsy here in Philadelphia because I think that I have my different mutations, and something is definitely happening. So she may have a different idea of what she wants to look at. So I'll be getting a bone marrow biopsy probably as soon as I get there also. So really amazing. I'm so grateful. And there's promise, there's progress, there's hope for something better. I am praying the Arizona weather I know it's hot, but dry. So going to Arizona and having dry air, not a problem for me. It would be so nice to be able to walk out on the street freely, right? I have so many hopes and visions in Arizona. We're going to have a simpler house, drier air where I can walk outside without being in pain, and health and happiness and family time. One of my best friends, like a sister to me, lives there. I mean, I guess, nieces and nephew there too. They're stuck with me. All the love and joy I can imagine. Don't think I'm not missing out on a ton here, but I'm very grateful for the future too. And I'm accepted to Mayo, and I'm so excited. I'm so grateful, and I will definitely keep you up on everything. And I definitely want to wish you health and happiness. Health is amazing, and you don't realize it until you don't have it. Oh, and I don't know. I'm also extremely grateful. I know this is my 2 more seconds. I'm very grateful for all the people who have helped us in this moving our house and selling and all of that. It's amazing, and I'm so grateful. There's so much love and kindness in the world, and utterly grateful. Take care. Be healthy.